Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, May 22, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We will be having a Time for Change call this week, Wednesday, at a little after 9 p.m. Eastern. The mind turned inwards is the self. Turned outwards, it becomes the ego and all of the world. Mahamrishi. In each moment of this life, we have the choice to respond to life from a completely new, alive, and freeing space that is born in the now. Or we can react from an older, unconscious, conditioned pattern that stems from a past story. The choice is always yours, in each second, if you respond from a fresh place of freedom or from past conditioning. The type of story we are talking about is not that enjoyable fantasy fairy tale story that we all enjoy listening to around the campfire. It's that one that we drag around like an old ball and chain attached to a heavily shielded yet wounded heart. The infamous victim story is the one most of us know all too well. It's the one that is fixated on how another wronged us or how we are struggling with money or unable to find the love of our life or create the career we really want. We often unconsciously believe that by repeating the story over and over and over again, it will help us to escape it, transcend it, or feel better about our poor, lonely, victimized self. What really happens is that by repeating what we don't want to manifest in our lives, we simply become more wrapped up in the ego's illusions of being trapped, helpless, and powerless. The good news is that you always have the power to transcend your story if and when you can become conscious enough to see who or what is truly creating it. It's good to know that all of our stories, all of your stories, were created by some life event, big or small, that actually happened. The event naturally occurred, then the mind took over and invented its special, specific, positive or negative meaning on top of the actual event. We invite you to take this entire week to write down and notice all the stories you tend to repeat in your mind and to other people. This is a very powerful, life-changing exercise. Notice if there are positive or negative stories, and who would you be without any of these stories? These stories stick because something happened in your life that your mind judged as wrong or absolutely always right and found some sort of peace within that perception. However, when you hold on to any thought or idea about life too tightly, you become overly attached and miss this amazing universe that's happening now. Attachment always leads to some future suffering, and it's always your choice if you want to be free and manifest more of amazing goodies or be stuck with the same old small tune. Keeping the story from your past alive takes a lot of work and will drain all of your energy. It will keep you living in the illusion and never awaken to the divinity within your being. This illusionary mind loves to create stories about stories. Heck, you may even be creating a story about this exploration of stories. The reality is that you are not this mind, nor your ego, nor your body, and certainly not an accumulation of all your stories. You are much more than can be expressed in words. You are an infinite soul beyond the ideas of freedom and love. You are and always will be so much vaster than any story your ego could invent. You will continue to exist long after this story has been forgotten by you and this world. Your being is naturally expansive and completely free. You have just been covering up your true infinite nature with stories. The tricky part in transcending any story is that our ego loves the drama of an emotionally juicy adventure. It's like chocolate ice cream to a child. Our life's traumas and deep issues are so personal, wild, crazy, and feel so real that they often make us feel unique, and that we are even someone superior, special. The truth is that everyone was born uniquely super special, and we all have the same core issues deep inside. These core issues are about being unloved, unwanted, abandoned, and unworthy. What a great recipe to instigate massive transformation in one's lifetime. You may find yourself sticking to these issues because the mind gets busy entertaining the victim's story instead of being truly curious about recognizing your divine infinite nature. These personal issues can make up a major part of who you think you are. So to let go of them in many ways, you can feel like letting go of your entire identity. It can actually feel like letting go of your entire identity. Why do you think a lot of people don't do it? If you dropped the story, you would have to do the scariest thing of all. You'd need to totally reinvent yourself. Maybe this isn't such a bad thing. You could choose to only be loved, free, powerful, and without any limitations. Is this a challenge you, any of us, would be willing to take on? Letting go of your story may feel like dying, yet in the end, there is no death without some kind of rebirth. So how does one truly transcend their story? Just watch it. Don't participate in it. Notice if you are focusing on what you want or don't want. See how present you are to the now moment, or just reprogramming yourself with more illusions from your past. The experience you have will always be created from your personal interpretation and universal perception. If you find that you are really stuck putting energy into how you aren't enough of this or that, and you may simply need some tools to shift your experience. And as suggestions Stop retelling your story. We all do that. None of us are exempt from it. When you hear yourself telling somebody your famous story that makes you feel small, powerless, or less than divine, immediately stop yourself, even if you're in mid-sentence. As soon as you stop repeating your story, you stop giving it energy, and the story soon withers away. Imagine a big red stop sign in front of you. I mean, just lit up. And simply stop the mouth from talking. Don't move a muscle. Be absolutely still and silent and investigate deeper inside to discover where this story is coming from and what this part of you actually is yearning to feel, be, do, or have. It's kind of like becoming an archaeologist explorer and start digging. If you are socializing while you are storytelling, and you need some space to do the digging, gently remove yourself from the situation and go sit in the bathroom and investigate the source of this saboteur. It is worth it. These stories can ruin your life or transform it. If and when you take time to really look at your stories, you'll discover what it takes to transcend them completely. By simply seeing how your story is an illusion of the past that the ego is stubbornly holding on to, you are instantly free of it. Take 5 steps back from your story. Freedom comes from finding the space between you and your story. When your story arises and you feel it pulling you in, imagine that you are taking 5 large steps back away from your story. Just as if you were stepping back from an angry person, growling dog, or some feisty child who has had too much sugar. Take 1 small step back if you cannot take a large one. And with each step, take a deep breath of air and become the observer. Look at your story like you were watching a movie or TV show. Recognize that it's just that. Some drama being played over and over and over on your ego's video screen. Now that you are separate from the story, it is easier to see the truth of it and be free from it. And replace your story with gratitude. When you identify the story that you are most attached to, the one you repeat most often, each time you start repeating it, simply state one thing that you are grateful for instead. Refocus your mind on what is working in your life and what you are grateful for right now. There are literally thousands and thousands and thousands of things that you can be grateful for, no matter where you are or who you are. You can be grateful that the sun rose this morning to heat our planet, that you have clean drinking water, or that you are breathing with life in this moment instead of dying. The list goes on and on and on. Look around at this world and notice the beauty, detail, and the exquisite abundance. The more time you spend in gratitude, the faster your ego stories will die and become distant memories. When you're in a place of gratitude, you automatically send out positive, energetic vibrations, which in turn magnetize to you the kind of positive, uplifting things you want to manifest. Once you leave your story behind, you can see the truth of your existence and experience total freedom from your ego's suffering and limiting beliefs. This will help you be liberated once and for all from your stories. You just go for it. Any one of us can do it. Most of us have a fear, and remember the fear is a thought. Until we give it power, then it becomes our reality. And it is, in a way, it's simple, and in other ways, it isn't so simple, because it may be simple, but it can be very challenging for us. It's like the journey to financial freedom starts the minute you decide you were destined for prosperity, not scarcity, for abundance, not lack. Mark Victor Hansen. And then when you realize that abundance is the inherent nature of this universe, the inherent nature of this universe, we live in a truly abundant universe where there is a plethora of things, ideas, love, money, friends, opportunities all around us. Even though you may not feel it all the time, this abundant universe is always available to you right now. You need not search for abundance outside of yourself. Even though most of us do, it is a state of being that can only be found from the journey within. This universe is always sending you loads of good energy, new ideas and people to help you tap into feeling this natural abundant state. To experience this abundance, simply let go of trying to achieve it. Trust it. Trust it is here now, and gently practice receiving it. Abundance is interesting because it means to move in waves, right? Undulate and flow. Which means that to tap into abundance is to let yourself move, undulate, and flow with this life. Become like natural waves in the ocean, and surrender to this water-like flow of energy inside you. Because your real life is like a dancing river of energy that will continue on well after your body is gone. And to tap into this fluidity inside, find your breath and align yourself with its movement. It will lead you directly into the abundant flow that's here now. You can picture it, okay? The universe, unlimited abundance. You have you. Now, the universe is putting out an energy wave, the frequency. And it depends on you, or any of us, where our frequency is. This isn't a difficult understanding, because you visualize the fact that here's the universe and here's the frequency of abundance it's putting out to all of us 24/7, nonstop, always. Now, obviously, we're going to witness this more and more on this planet as people really start figuring out that the only journey is within. And you're in any kind of a position, attitude, right, where you're miffed, irritated, stressed, fearful, angry, uneasy, worried, you're not going to experience any of that abundance coming to you from the universe. Not even a smidgen of it. Because your frequency isn't there. It's below it. So it just rides right over you. So in other words, it can't come down to you in low frequency. You must choose to go to it by increasing your own frequency. Now, for many, I'm not saying that this is not a challenge, because it is. Because we're used to what? We believe or think with the mind, and that we say to ourselves, well, I'm going to send this request out to the universe. Even though, now let's say it's under desperation, it's under a lot of stress, anxiety, fear. What do you think is going to happen? Usually, you'll receive what you receive from the level of frequency that you're currently at. And that's something that we all miss the target on at different times. And then we get frustrated. So we go down deeper. And then we get angry. Now, how many times have you heard people or yourself at certain points in your life where you say to yourself, why me? It doesn't have to be exactly those words, but I'm sure you get the meaning. Why me? What did I deserve to receive this? Why can't I get a break? You know, that's what people say this. And they see, and the delivery is more through the heart-mind. Because it is stated at times with so much feeling and emotion. Now, we're not aware of it. We're not aware of it. So this is why we get so confused when that particular frequency the universe picks up on and delivers more of the crap to us. Now you can imagine yourself, right, as a wave, like an ocean wave. And you surrender to this water-like flow of energy inside you. So you don't fight it. And your real life is like a dancing river of energy that will continue on well after your body is gone. So you align yourself with the movement of the wave. It will lead you directly into the abundant flow that's here now. We've been all trained, generation after generation, to believe that we don't control anything, that we're powerless, and that all this stuff is just nonsense. And what we believe to be true moves through the lens of our mind as living energy and becomes the reality of our lives. Now, if we believe ourselves to be limited, we get to be right about that. But it is not our ultimate truth. Mary Morrissey. Isn't it ironic that all of us are of abundant nature? It's our natural state of being. And yet, so much strife, confusion, misunderstanding, and limiting beliefs. Now, how do you feel your abundant nature? Well, you surrender, you drop all your shields and embrace it. That's a biggie. To feeling your abundant nature right now is to remove the walls blocking you from it. And these walls are shields protecting your heart from getting hurt, conned, deceived, or abandoned again. Remove any shielding around your heart and imagine tossing it into a great bonfire. Let your armor melt away. If the shielding feels like it is still there or coming back, simply invite the fire inside of you to consume your heart and any walls it has. Breathe deeply and physically open your arms wide, inviting this fiery purification to remove all defenses of your life. When you feel that all shields are removed, with several deep breaths, imagine pulling everything in the entire universe into your heart. All creation is pouring into your heart. The stars, planets, earth, and all beings. Feel how truly abundant this life really is. Proclaim to yourself that you are an abundant being. One of the best ways to remain in the flow of abundance is to practice knowing that you are an abundant, infinite being that will never die. Since abundance is a flow of highly charged, positive, infinite energy, the more you open up and feel this energy and share it with others, the more you will naturally feel this abundance inside yourself. In the past, you may have partially closed the door to feeling this abundance due to past conditioning or scarcity thinking. To truly break this old, antiquated programming for 5 minutes a day, do this. Imagine opening your attention to all that surrounds you. Turn into the abundance of things. Tune in to the abundance of things. Nature, people on the planet who are creating everything for you. And it's really true. In many cases, they are giving you food, water, all the pleasures that come with living in this society. Feel this abundance of support around you now, letting it touch your very core. Let in the abundance of joy, pleasure, opportunities, laughter into your heart. You are already deeply, eternally loved and will always be deeply, eternally loved by the abundance of this universe. Consciously open the door now and proclaim the truth to this universe by stating, I am a truly abundant being. No matter how strange it may sound to you or feel to you by doing this, do it. Shout this message out over and over and over, internally and externally if you care to, until you feel that it has penetrated deeply into your soul. This is programming, and all of us need to do it, or we stay trapped in this 3D, actually comical, holographic image. All of us can instantly become a channel for the highest vibration in this universe, love, by gifting our time spontaneously to someone who needs it. And it doesn't take a lot. Here's a few ideas to get you going. Give a hug to someone lacking love. Okay? That doesn't mean how they're going to respond. Oh, it was like hugging a brick wall and blah, 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 blah. Give a hug to someone lacking love. Share new inspirational ideas with others. Email someone this inspiring information. Give presents to people just for fun. And share something beautiful you have created, like music or poetry or whatever. You'll spontaneously feel better when you reconnect with this joy of giving freely. Just imagine what your world will be and feel like when everybody feels that there is an abundance of love, money, energy, joy to share freely. Be the first to start the trend. All greed, fear, and lack will be eliminated when we all share freely from this truly abundant state. It will be impossible to feel poor at the end of the day, having given your love and light away. I understand this does not deplete you. Do something kind or super nice for someone, anyone, every day of this week. This one thing will cause you to step into being that bright guiding light of abundant being that you are. Perhaps it's sending someone a $5 bill, helping an elderly lady cross the street, paying someone else's toll, or mowing your neighbor's lawn. Practice giving something to everyone that you meet. Maybe it's a smile, compliment, or a flower. If perhaps you feel shy and cannot do it for them, then do it for yourself. This is an opportunity to stop playing the small, selfish game and start feeling more loving, abundant, and free. There are endless ways to share this kindness inside you, and each one will reveal this feeling of abundance inside. You'll see how easy it is to become a channel for abundance in your life. Gratitude is the golden key to swimming in the grand, abundant river of life. When you start becoming a gratitudeaholic, you become a channel of abundant flowing feelings for yourself and everyone around you. Take 3 minutes each morning. The moment you wake up and focus on the feelings of gratitude, what amazing things are you thankful for? Let a wellspring of thankfulness, relief, joy to flow all over your body and inside you. Practice mastering gratitude this week by implementing the 4 exercises that I just shared with you. Practice, which will help you tap into your natural ability to channel abundance into your life and into the lives of others. Stillness is the greatest achievement one can have in this life. Papaji. Many of us experience this on a daily basis, weekly, monthly. Do you ever feel a bit overstimulated or overwhelmed by the complicated, fast-paced systems we're all operating within? As you may realize, we are living in very exciting times that can be a bit too much to digest. This world and its consciousness are changing faster than ever before, and sometimes our minds have trouble navigating these changes. The good news is that you have a choice. You don't have to let chaotic feelings of overwhelm rule your existence. You can learn how to let go, relax, and remain receptive to what this life has to offer you. You can choose to refocus your energies on what is healing and create a more relaxed and enjoyable way of living that deeply nourishes your body, mind, and soul. It's good to know that we humans can only reap the richest and most fulfilling rewards this life has to offer when we are living life from a relaxed, centered, and peaceful place. To transcend something, it helps to better understand it. So what really causes overwhelm? Because right now on this planet, there's a lot of people feeling overwhelmed. It first originates from those deeper beliefs that say that we should or shouldn't be experiencing something. And we judge the experience that we are having. Overwhelm can often contain this internalized time pressure from deadlines that you, not your boss, have placed on yourself. To transcend something, it helps to better understand it. So what really causes overwhelm? Well, it first originates from those deeper beliefs that say that we should or shouldn't be experiencing something. And we judge the experience that we are having. Overwhelm can often contain this internalized time pressure from deadlines that you, not your boss, have placed on yourself. This means you choose to have too much to do in too little time. You choose this. You choose to have too much to do in too little time. This is all about overpromising to ourselves and under-delivering. Overpromising to ourselves and under-delivering. If and when you continue buying into all the things your mind says you have to do, and how everything must be done as soon as possible, happiness can seem like an impossible dream. Now, in the event you believe in all the ideas that your mind is constantly spinning around you like a spider web, you will start feeling trapped in your life. Thoughts, as we know, are harmless in themselves. It is when you latch on to your thoughts like a life preserver and believe that they are the true reality of your existence that suffering is created in your world. If you are constantly chasing the illusions of your mind, you will simply end up tired, frustrated, and overwhelmed. The mind has been programmed to endlessly search, seek, and pillage to find happiness, fulfillment, and abundance in the outer world. This constant search will never satisfy you and can only bring exhaustion. This is the perfect experience, so you will retire the mind and discover the infinite spiritual source of your being. The only way we find that true happiness and fulfillment our mind desperately seeks is to reorganize and recognize that the God source is always here now. When you connect with that peaceful stillness that is who you truly are, you automatically feel a deep sense of fulfillment. This is when you will naturally relax and seek the futility of striving so hard for outer contentment. Imagine what it would be like to fully relax into this moment and stop worrying so much about achieving something in the next moment. Simply choose to allow your mind and physical body to completely relax. Simply choose to allow your mind and physical body to completely relax. If you truly know that the now moment is perfect and focus simply on what you are doing in each single second instead of the future, if you truly know that the now moment is perfect and focus simply on what you are doing in each single second instead of the future, you will naturally start to relax. It is impossible to feel overwhelmed when you are completely present to the now and see the perfection of the now moment, because overwhelm is a feeling generated by future thoughts. So if you start to feel overwhelmed by your life, as many at this moment on this planet are, simply stop and begin to practice the fine art of trusting the perfection of each moment as it arises. Whenever you start to feel overwhelmed, the best thing to do is to simply take a few deep breaths in. Most of us breathe in very shallow ways because we are constantly being driven by all of the thoughts our mind is throwing at us. Each time you take a deep breath, you relax your body-mind. The more you breathe deeply, the more you naturally let go of feelings of stress and begin feeling more peaceful and centered about your life. The body may resist relaxation at first. That's not unusual. Yet if you imagine that everyone you love is looking at you with eyes of love, your body will eventually melt and let go. This universe is literally holding you in a warm cradle of love. It is taking care of all of your needs. All you need to do is simply focus on relaxing your body, mind. So that you can embrace the relaxation, which is your natural state of being. You can receive all of this love and support. A relaxed body-mind is a receptive one that is open to receiving support and help from this universe. The more receptive your body-mind is, the easier it is for you to navigate through your life. And this is all about, for all of us, it's about practice. It's choosing first, and then letting go, and let it take you. Every morning, as soon as you wake up, bring your attention to your breath. Notice how open, relaxed, and peaceful you are. You may be really relaxed or barely conscious that you're relaxed, yet just upon waking up, watch the breath during these precious moments. It will soon open you up to finding a sense of freedom and spaciousness inside you. Use this time to free your mind from all concerns and relax deeper into the spacious, creative energy that you are. Hang out in this spacious feeling as long as you can. And then during your day, take time to return to the memory of this feeling, to re-enter and explore this spacious feeling again. I join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out through the mouth. Move, stay still. To be spiritually awake means you are fully present in this eternal celebration of life in each moment. There is no judgment about good, bad, or right or wrong. You are simply in a state of awe and gratitude for what is. This is a completely effortless task. Yet even effortless is too much a word to fully discover it. Go about your day even more freely, lightly, and effortlessly than you ever have in your entire life. Make celebration of existence the number one commitment throughout your day. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here Tuesday, May 23, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, humble to yourself at all times. Be in the highest of deepest eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on outside of you.